What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to Thursday night's late night agenda. We are finally getting closer and closer to the Reds being back in action. That trip to the Emirates obviously taking place on Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and we are all absolutely dying to see some club football again. I know there was a few surprises over the international break, namely North Macedonia going and beating Germany. Obviously, my country, Ireland, was beaten by Luxembourg as well, so I don't want to talk about that one bit. But look, ladies and gents, I hope that you're all well, and the countdown really has begun to proper football, as I like to call it, being back. We have a lot of stuff to get through on tonight's stream. As always, I want to start off by saying thank you to our sponsors, Boyle Sports, without whom we wouldn't be here making this content. So loads for us to get through. We'll talk about the Haaland stuff, we'll talk about Genie, we'll talk about some other links as well. There's been a link linking Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain with a move away. I'll talk about that, and lots of other bits and pieces in between as well. I hope that you're all keeping well. And look, I'm going to start off with a little bit of good news for a change. Obviously, we had very shocking and disturbing news in the world of football fandom when the passing of Claude earlier on in the week. But as you guys know, Chris Legit, one of our subscribers, his nephew was in need of a liver transplant. We spoke about this. We asked you guys to contribute, which you did, and I think Anfield Agenda subscribers have contributed towards 25 grand or something like that to the operation for this young man. What I can report is that transplant took place yesterday, and as things stand, the young man is steady. He is in an incubator. He is over in Chicago with his father, both recovering, and we await further developments. Obviously, with these type of things, I think 40% of the father's liver was taken and given to his son, and we have to wait to see if the body accepts the liver and all that type of stuff. But the initial signs are positive, and I know that you guys, like myself, will take any good news that we possibly can at this moment in time. So that's absolutely fantastic, but that won't be the end of it. Hopefully he goes on to make a full recovery, but we still need to help the family, and we still need to try and raise that money needed, because the family are still going to have that debt hanging over their heads. And I know we'll work on something, we'll figure out something together, but I wanted to start off by delivering a little bit of good news when I think we all need a bit of good news. Also, as you probably noticed, the Anfield Agenda logo has had a bit of a snazz, or a bit of a jazz up. Here it is in its full glory for those of you that haven't seen it properly. There you go. I hope you guys like it as much as we do. Again, shout out to our good friend Drawdy Devil, who helped us design it. I say helped, designed it, because, you know, he's an uber talented fella, and as soon as he sent it over to us, usually me and Connor nitpick on these things, but no, it was brilliant. It was a work of art, absolutely fantastic, and I hope that you guys like the new logo as much as we do. We think it's a lot better and cleaner branding moving forward, and again, massive shout out to Drawdy for his help on it as well. Farwell with the first super chat of the night said, wonderful news on the transplant, all health and success there. It's brilliant. I didn't stream yesterday genuinely because, look, I was a little bit shaken by the Claude news, of course, the day before, but I was on edge the entire day waiting to hear from Chris around this young man's operation, and I'll be honest with you folks, I just couldn't bring myself to stream yesterday, so I took the day off, and we did put out a video earlier on today. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. It's my top 10 Premier League strikers of all time. Now look, of course it divides opinion. Some people are going to have, like, Drogba was missing from the list. And did I think about Drogba? Yes. Was it hard to leave him out? Absolutely, because I rate the lad immensely. But it was my own little take on the top 10. So if you get a chance, please go and check that video out. It went up earlier on today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. That's what we're going to be doing moving forward now. We're going to give you some shorter 8 to 12 minute content pre-recorded to go out during the day. And then, of course, ugly self here will be here every night at 8:30 to do the late night agenda and stuff as well. Right, let's get stuck into the Haaland news. So, it's no secret that his agent Mino Raiola and his father were doing the rounds in Spain today. So they flew in and they visited Barcelona. They spoke with Barcelona for a couple of hours, and then they flew and they visited Real Madrid. The plan is for tomorrow they're going to visit England, and they're going to talk to some English clubs, namely the ones that I'm aware of anyway. Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea. They could well be talking to Manchester United or a host of other clubs as well. But tomorrow it seems that they're flying over for those talks. Now, I don't know what to make of this. I don't know if anything will come of this. All I can do is report to you that Mino Raiola and Alfie Inge Haaland, Erling's father, are going to be flying over to the UK tomorrow to speak to interested or potentially interested Premier League clubs. That's all we have. And me to say anything else, or me to try and tell you any more information, would just be a pack of lies right now. with the numbers being bandied around and Borussia Dortmund saying they're going to be looking for something around €150 million for Haaland this summer, I don't think that's a fee that Liverpool will be willing to pay in any way, shape or form. A lot of people seem to think Barca may be the favourites. There's been a little bit of talk that perhaps we could see Ousmane Dembele going the other way. Again, I won't sit here and tell you any lies, folks. I don't know. But the fact that we're even holding a conversation, that makes me happy. That makes me happy that we're at least in the conversation, that we're interested in Haaland, because a club of our size, a club of our stature should be interested, as should the Chelseas, the Uniteds, the Manchester Cities, the Spurs. They should be all looking to have a conversation with Mino Raiola and his father as well. Of course, maybe more news on this will break tomorrow, but right now, that's all that we know for now, is that Erling Haaland's father and Mino Raiola, his agent, are flying to the UK tomorrow, and they were in Spain today having talks with Madrid and Barcelona. Other than that, folks, look, I'm not going to sit here and say go and get yourselves a Haaland shirt with his name on it, because I still don't believe that it's a transfer that will happen for Liverpool. And I'm always bluntly honest with you guys, you know that. I just don't see this summer, with the figures being mentioned, the wages being spoken about, how we could possibly make this happen. Would I like him at Liverpool? You bet your ass I would. Like any other Liverpool fan. Give me him, give me Mbappe, and I'll be happy as a pig and poo. But we've got to be realistic as well. Michael Edwards could pull a masterstroke here. You never know. We'll have to wait and see. But it is good to be in the conversation. That's what I will say. Now, let me dip into the chat and see how you wonderful guys are feeling about this. Guys and gals, I should say, excuse me, are feeling about this as well. I'm 95% confident that Haaland won't come to Liverpool. Jack, I wouldn't put a percentage on it, but yeah, I'd be kind of in agreement with you, mate. I think with the fact that Aguero is moving on, there's no way that Manchester City are going to announce that Sergio Aguero is moving on without having somebody lined up. Now, I don't know who that somebody is. I don't know if it's Haaland. I don't know if it's Danny Ings. I don't know who it is. But they're not stupid. They're not going to not have a replacement, or at least a very good inclination or indication from somebody that they may well join them next season. So if he was to come to England, the smart money there would probably go towards Manchester City. Now, Chelsea could be in the conversation as well. Werner hasn't really hit the ground running there. We've seen him miss a sitter as well for Germany against North Macedonia the other day. Or say the other day, it was yesterday, wasn't it? So honestly, mate, guys, I don't know at this moment in time, but it excites me that he's coming for a chat. Maybe give him a look around Kirby and get Klopp in to issue a few hugs, and I know social distancing and all, but Klopp hug, that has to be worth at least 100 million in any transfer negotiations. EFNS, thank you for the super chat, dude. Said, which one of these transfer rumours is your favourite? Yeah, there's a few that do excite me. Like, I try to be realistic, mate, when I look at potential Liverpool transfers. And, of course, we all love the Mbappe talk. And, of course, we've seen that LeBron James is now officially, and Jerry Cardinal, that deal is going through. They will be taking a 10% ownership stake in FSG in all of their holdings. So, in New England Racing, in the Boston Red Sox, in Liverpool Football Club, and anything that FSG have. So that deal will help us a lot as well with regards to obviously getting the Annie Road end expanded, with regards to some good hookups and some good contacts and stuff like that, some marketing expertise, loads of that stuff, which is all great news for the club. But the big question we as fans want to know is, how much of that dosh might be coming Klopp's way for transfers in the summer, or I'm sure Boston Red Sox fans will be sitting over in Boston or elsewhere around the world saying, well, can we see some of that dosh as well? The honest answer is we don't know what's going to happen with it yet, but it does give us more options, which is always good news. And this strategic partnership, and I keep using the word strategic because that's what it is. You've got LeBron James marketability, you've got LeBron James connections with Nike. Jerry Cardinal is somebody who's relaunching the XFL with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Dwayne's ex-wife and a couple of other people as well. You might remember the XFL from years ago. They tried, Vince McMahon took it on at one point. I think Donald Trump was involved as well. They tried to get it up off the ground as a spring competitor to the NFL. So that's been relaunched with Jerry Cardinal, who's part of the Red Bird Corp. Excuse me, I just had to cough, so I'm just going to mute for one. Excuse me, yeah. So he's going to be part of that as well. There's loads of interesting stuff coming up. He also owns a stake, an 85% stake in Toulouse. So will we get to a system where we see Liverpool become like a Red Bull or a City group of football clubs? Probably. That's where I would say our long-term aim will be, to have a group of feeder clubs or sister clubs or brother clubs or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, the Michael Edwards business strategy, brain power, whatever you want to call it. That will probably do come in a lot. But again, to answer your question, mate, which I realise I haven't done yet, which one of the transfer rumours is my favourite? See, Mbappe is obviously my favourite, but I'm going to give you a realistic answer. One that genuinely does excite me is the Houssem Aouar links, because we do need a bit of creativity. Now, we all hope that Gini Wijnaldum changes his mind, or at least... See, he changes his mind like we know he's leaving. We believe he's leaving. I'd love Gini to stay, but if Gini was to move on, I wouldn't mind Houssem Aouar coming in, somebody of that ilk. So I'd love a Pedro Neto as well. We know that Jurgen Klopp wants to prioritise a forward coming in this summer. And we spoke in the last stream that we did about Atletico Madrid's potential interest in Roberto Firmino as well. We know that Luis Suarez could be leaving Atletico at the end of the season. There's going to be so much stuff coming up for us to get through, folks, that it's going to be hard to know what is true, what isn't true, what's just paper talk, what's agents trying to lure us in and get us involved. But, you know, even being in these conversations is great. Personally, I think we'll get in a centre-back. I think the Canade deal, if it happens, now part of that medical seems to have taken place from what we've all been led to believe by the media. And we know that there's a €40 million release clause in his contract. Now, some people are saying there's no way that that Leipzig would let him leave for anything less, and maybe they won't, but you know, they are going to go into his last year of his deal there, so come January, Canade would be free to sign for anybody in a pre-contract to the end of the season. So maybe Michael Edwards can try and pull a stroke there, I don't know, but being interested in the likes of Canade is good news. A lot of the Reds fans want to know then, is it going to be Canade or Kabak? Let me pitch this idea to you. I don't know what will happen between now and the end of the season with Ozan Kabak. None of us do. He's made some good progression, he's made some mistakes, but he still has 9 league games and some Champions League games left to prove himself. Now, even if, let's just say, Klopp decides long term, no, not the right move for the club, not the right centre-back, we're going to bring in Canade, we may look elsewhere, we may keep Matip, we may keep Phillips. Let me just pitch you this kind of curveball. We don't think about football as a business. We don't think about football in that sense, because we're fans, and why the hell should we? We're in it for the love of the game, we're in it for the excitement. But we know that we can buy Ozan Kabak for 18 million plus a few quid extra. We paid the loan fee of $500,000. So let me pitch this idea to you. Even if Kloppo decides no, he doesn't want Kabak long term, buy him. Buy him before the 1st of January. Let him go off to the Euros and play with Turkey. Let his price and value go up and sell him. Now, I don't know whether he'll stay long term or not. I have no idea. I'd love him to. I'd love him and Canade to both be there. But there's a profit to be made, and we've got to be ruthless about this. He's worth more than the 18 million that we've agreed for him. So even if we don't want him, why not just buy him, let him go off to the Euros, hope he has a good tournament, increases his value, and then sell him. It's been done before, and it will be a smart way of getting a few quid. That's if the club don't want to keep him, of course. Right, what else have we got? I don't think Haaland would fit in the system, to be honest, said Hashim. Craig, ignore all the hate you've been getting, you're the best. Thank you, mate. I tried to ignore it. I've deactivated my Twitter account. Now, I'm not saying I'm never going back to Twitter. You know me, folks. I have a love-hate relationship with the platform. But yeah, just needed a few days. I needed a few days without the distraction. So you're right, I am trying to ignore the hate, buddy. I'm just trying to be myself and get on with things as normal. And I love sitting here talking to you guys. It's my favourite thing to do. It makes me smile and it always cheers me up. So there's so much to get through, by the way, guys. So sorry I'm not dipping into the chat as much as I normally do. I will do, don't worry. But, you know, the old brain isn't what it used to be. So I'm trying to get it out before I forget about it. But let me just dip in and we'll do a few more comments. Get Kabak for half price. We're trying to get him for less than 10 million. I had Connor mention that to me. Now, I hadn't seen the article, I won't lie to you, but Connor did mention to me that there was some talk that Michael Edwards was trying to go and get Kabak for even less. And look, if we can do that, do you know what I mean? It's just, why not? He's just turned 21. I want us to have both of them, I'll be honest with you. I want us to sign Kabak, and I want him to stay. And I want us to sign Canade as well, if that's who Kloppo wants. Again, it's always down to the manager's decision for me. So yeah, for me to sign both. I mean, you're talking about getting both of them in there potentially for the price we were looking at Kalei Dakar, or that you pay for Jules Koundé, or, you know, somebody else of that ilk. Craig, have you deleted Twitter? Yes, but you know, I'm not saying it's a permanent thing, mate. You know, I'm just taking a break for my own good. That's all. What else is there? Has Mbappe actually signed for us? No, he hasn't. signed for us, mate. No, he definitely has not signed for us. But he has indicated that he still hasn't made up his mind whether he's going to leave PSG or not yet, which, my gut feeling is he will leave PSG. I don't know when and I don't know for how much, but I can't imagine they're going to be silly enough to let him go on a free. So if he is going to leave PSG, maybe it'll be this summer. Now, there's so many potential transfers for this summer because we all assume it's going to be a quiet one money-wise, but look at what's happening right now. So we know Sergio Aguero is definitely leaving City. So, he had been linked to Arsenal. Arteta batted that one away. So he may go somewhere. Harry Kane, what does he do? If Tottenham don't get into the Champions League, if Tottenham don't really push on and look like they're going to challenge for major trophies, now, of course, they have the League Cup final, but if they don't really push on, will somebody have the money to go and buy Kane? If Mbappe went, would it be something that PSG would fancy? Maybe bringing Harry Kane over there to hook back up with Pochettino. Again, you've got the Manchester City interest in a striker. Could that be Harry Kane? I've always personally envisioned Harry Kane ended up at Manchester United. I don't know why. I just, he's one of those players that I think would... You know the way you envision some players and you see them in a certain club shirt. So for me, I'd always seen Harry Kane eventually moving to Manchester United at some point. There's the talk around Luis Suarez as well. Would we take him back at Liverpool? That one made me think long and hard. I am somebody that usually says absolutely no way to taking a player back. But if we could sell Divock Origi and bring in Luis Suarez for one season, just give him a 1-year contract. He'll be a free transfer. Obviously, he'd have a signing on bonus and decent wages. You know what? I take it. I take it for one season to allow Klopp to maybe, hang off till we're in a better situation regarding finances and stuff. Season tickets back in, people back inside stadiums. So imagine next season going in with a front line of Salah, Mane, Jota, Firmino, and Luis Suarez as our options. I mean, I wouldn't say no to it. I've got to be honest, folks. I wouldn't. For a year. If it was realistic wages, I wouldn't say no. And then you can look at going for that big summer transfer of the striker the next year. Because, having Luis Suarez coming off the bench for the last 20 or 30, or his experience or his shithousery in Champions League games or European games. I say Champions League games like we're going to be in it next season. We really don't know at this moment in time, do we? But that's one that, normally I'd say no. No players coming back to the club. Don't want Coutinho, all that type of stuff. But I've got to say, the Luis Suarez thing really does intrigue me. It really, really does. Any news about Haaland? I've done it, mate. I've done it earlier on. Love the new logo, far better. Old one reminded me of an Arsenal one the first time I saw it. Glad you like it, Mark. Thank you very much. And look, Mark is a member of Anfield Agenda FC. If you want to become a member of Anfield Agenda FC, folks, there is a link at the top of the chat pinned right there now and in the description of the stream where you can become a member. It does cost $4.99 a month, but what do you get for that $4.99 a month? Well, firstly, you get the Anfield Agenda badge beside your name, which will be changing to the new sexy badge. Don't worry, Connor's got that in hand. You'll also be getting the Anfield Agenda emojis that only your members get to use. As you can see, Joanne's put them onto the screen there now. But most importantly for me, you get access to the Anfield Agenda members only Discord group, which is where we talk about things in real time. So we gave the members first glimpse of the new badge. We give the members more transfer information that we might not feel is fit to bring to the main channel because it's a little bit less believable and stuff like that. And also we're in there a lot ourselves chatting away, and you get access to us when we're offline as well. So if you do want to become a member, it is $4.99 a month, which is pretty much in line with most of the channels as well. You can become a member by hitting that link at the top of the screen or in the description below. Right, what else have we got? Yeah, the Ramos injury. I haven't even got a chance to talk about that one yet, Walter, mate. I say Walter White like I'm talking to the real Walter White there, but yeah, so for those of you that aren't aware, and it is April the 1st, so I'm still wary on this, I've got to be honest, but Real Madrid put out a statement to say that Sergio Ramos will be unavailable for the 2 games against Liverpool and for the El Clasico against Barcelona as well, having picked up a calf injury whilst after coming on as a substitution for Spain during the international break. Now look, I'm a cynic, and when it comes to Sergio Ramos, I don't believe anything. So I don't know. With the news coming out today, I honestly don't know, folks. I don't know what to say about it. Hopefully it's true. Hopefully he doesn't play because it will make them weaker. There's no doubt about that. I think the Echo did a piece today showing the difference when Ramos is in the Real Madrid team and when he isn't in it. But I don't know. It's just because it's today. It could well be absolutely truthful, but I don't know about it. Do you know what I mean? What have we got? Yes, Jack, can you stop spamming into our chat, mate? We all love and miss Claude, mate. And we've spoken about Claude a lot, mate. I did a stream the other night as soon as it broke. And again, there was a statement put out by Claude's daughter today to say that he died of natural causes. I just wanted to put that out there as well. And because there was a lot of guessing going around, a lot of people suggesting other things. So, just to clear up, it was put out there officially by his daughter that Claude died of natural causes. Now, not that that makes it any better, any easier to cope with the loss of such a great football fan and such a great personality. But, it is important for clarification that gets put out there as well. Yeah, please say it's not an April Fool's joke with regards to Ramos or Jeff. Mate, I'm with you. Yeah, the last thing I'd want is... Actually, do you know what? Fuck it, if it is a joke, bring him on. One way or the other, it doesn't matter. To me, I feel like we're getting past Real Madrid. Call me arrogant, call me cocky. I just don't think that they'll have enough to beat us over two legs, and this could come back to bite me in the ass. But I'm more worried about the potential semi-final with either Chelsea or Porto than I am about Real Madrid. That's just where I am on it. I also wanted to point something else out to everybody as well. So, as you can see, John Hamilton hasn't been around for a while. John Hamilton is a chief moderator on Anfield Agenda. So, with that in mind, Kay has taken over becoming chief moderator on Mundo Sporto, our second channel, but Dara Azizi is going to be taking the reins here on Anfield Agenda for the time being. So if you've got any questions related to moderator stuff or why you were banned or what the rules or anything like that, Dara Azizi is the guy that's going to be taking care of things at this moment in time. So any questions, Kate's there to help out as well, but Dara Azizi is our chief moderator while John is away. So any questions, please send them in Dara's direction. Right, what else have we got? Time to replace one of the front three, said Paddy's Bricks. There's a front four though, mate, so I'm confused. We've got Jota now as well, so there's Firmino, Jota, Mane, Salah. For me, Origi's the obvious choice. I mean, if you're looking at who might move on this summer, the rumours or the conjecture seems to be around Shaqiri, Salah, or not Salah, Jesus, why did I say Salah? That was a slip of the tongue, excuse me. Origi, Shaqiri. I don't know about Matip, don't know about Phillips. That's something I'm still waiting to find out more information on. The likes of Wilson, Grujic, a couple of players like that we will definitely know moving on. Now, I did let a slip of the tongue there and say Salah, but he hasn't done himself any favours yet again, or maybe it's just old quotes coming out from Spanish papers who, I did warn you about the shithousery, and to say that he may play in La Liga one day, I don't know, but I don't think that day is going to be this summer, folks, because one, I can't see any of them having enough cash to buy him, and two, Klopp doesn't want to sell him yet. But we do have to look into the fact that his contract runs out in 2023, I think, as does Sadio Mane, if I'm right, Roberto Firmino, and it seems like Liverpool's priorities right now are to give new long-term contracts to Virgil van Dijk and to Fabinho. At least that's what's been put out in the media. So it will be interesting to see, is this maybe a tactic from Salah's representatives to try and just move those contract talks along a little bit further. We've seen Sadio Mane come out and say that he wants to stay around for a very long time, which is great. We all love Sadio as well, but let's hope that we get Salah tied up to a new deal. We get them all tied up to new deals. Because I don't want any of them to leave just yet. I think we need to build on what we have and not be looking to sell people and move them on. Sorry, I just got a message, one sec, that I have to look at. It's important because this is about that young gentleman we spoke about. Okay, so I'm going to read out a statement that comes from a member of Marcelic's family, who's the young gentleman that just had the liver transplant. So, yesterday, Marcelic has been gifted a new liver from his dad. A father has given his son what he could the most, a real part of himself. Both surgeries went well, and according to the plan, Dad is feeling well, recovering at Northwestern Memorial Hospital. The portion of his liver left behind should regenerate rapidly, reaching normal liver volumes with function within a couple of months. Marcelic is currently in the paediatric intensive care unit at Laurie's Hospital. His surgery and all corresponding procedures lasted long hours. After the surgery, the ultrasound was performed to find no abnormalities. Marcelic is in stable condition, connected to a ventilator. The breathing tube will stay in place until he's stronger and awake enough to breathe independently. He's on medications that suppress his body's immune system to protect his new liver from being rejected. The next several days will be very crucial. He'll be closely monitored to prevent all possible post-surgical complications. Michalek has really great care from his nursing team and cares about his comfort during the entire time. He's also a great army of supporters, all of you. Thank you so much for being with us. There's a long road ahead, but with the people like you, we have strength to defy all the odds. Thank you for your support. So that's beautiful to see, and thank you to Chris for sending that in. As I said, this is just the start. It's the good news that we all wanted, that the young man has pulled through, that the operation was a success, and now we hope that his body accepts the liver. But that doesn't end the family's pain, unfortunately. They have to raise the $1.8 million needed to cover the cost of this immensely complicated, immensely difficult procedure that specialist unit in Chicago were able to perform. So, we're going to keep going on this one, folks. We'll be asking you for your ideas as well moving forward, because Chris is one of ours, and when one of ours needs help, we try our best to reach out and do it for him. So far, 25 grand from our subscribers has gone towards, or roughly around that, according to Chris and the family, which is unbelievable. I mean, oh my God. I know compared to 1.8 million, but 25 grand during these times from people related to the channel. That's why I love you guys so much. This is why we're a different breed. This is why you guys are the best subscribers on YouTube, bar none. So that's from his family. Just wanted to read it out because it came in right there during the stream as it was going. So the GoFundMe link has gone into the chat there now. If anybody does want to help out, Connor has just put it in and pinned it to the top of the chat as well. So, if you can share it, if you have a few quid to donate, brilliant. If you can even share it, put it on other forms of social media and let the world know about this young man's story. Thank you. And thank you for everything that you've done. And thank you to Chris for the update as well. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, to carry on with the Liverpool stuff, because it keeps coming thick and fast, I did suggest earlier on in the stream that there was a bit of a report suggesting that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain could well be on the way out the Anfield exit door. An article came out today, and again, I want to give credit. I always try to give credit to people for these articles and where they come from. So, again, I took this from the Echo, but I think the Echo took it from somebody else. Anfield Central said West Ham are approaching the Reds about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and are interested in taking Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I've got no idea how true that is. I've got no idea if there's any legs to it. But do I think it would be the right move if we got money we were happy with? You know what? As much as I love Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, yes, I would say if you got money that made the club happy with the fee, because I think his game time is going to be quite limited at Liverpool. Let's be honest about it. We know Jimmy Milner's getting on that age. We know that Gini may well move on. We've got Curtis Jones after breaking through as well. We're probably going to sign a new midfielder in the summer. Hopefully Naby Keita's body holds up for the rest of the season and we get to see the best of him. So, maybe it would be the right move. Again, what do you guys think in the chat? If you're watching this back later on, love to know your thoughts on it. Again, right now in the chat, I'd love to know your thoughts as well. Callum LFC said 30 million for Ox. Where else is there? Yeah, Ox needs to go. Great guy, but too unreliable. That's kind of where I'm at as well. G Squadron, he's an absolute gent, an absolute lovely fella. I mean, definitely somebody you'd love to go out and have a night out with, or go for a drink with, or play a game of darts with or something, because he seems like a lovely fella. And no doubt he played a really important role in the club. He played a massive role, particularly after Felipe Coutinho left, in a run to the Champions League final, until he picked up that injury, of course, against Roma. But I think if the right money came in, and maybe Klopp had an honest conversation with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and said that his playing time could be limited, I think it could be best for everybody involved. But, I'm not somebody that's wishing away Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, because I do genuinely love the guy. I think he's great to have around the club. Keane said Koulibaly news. For the 500th millionth time, you can file the Koulibaly stuff right over on Bullshit Island, because I've said it once, twice, 10, 20, 100 times. Koulibaly won't be coming to Liverpool. He was never going to be coming to Liverpool after we signed Virgil van Dijk, and he won't be coming to Liverpool now. I know his price has dramatically lowered. I know that De Laurentiis, the president of Napoli, is willing to accept a lot less for him. Talk of around €50 million, but he ain't going to be coming to Liverpool. If we're going to sign a centre-back, it'll be from the five or so that we had been linked with, the Calais Cars of this world, the Canades of this world, Kabak, who's at the club, maybe Ben White is another one that's been listed as well. We won't be going in. We won't be signing him. So, as good as he is, and he is a quality centre-back, Koulibaly, I'm not disrespecting the man's abilities, he's top-notch, but he won't be coming to Liverpool. What's your prediction for the Arsenal game? That video actually, mate, was just recorded beforehand, so that's going to be coming out tomorrow afternoon. I did my predicted 11, I did my score predictions. Jack Gill caught up with Leon from Boyle Sports for a chat as well, so that video will be dropping tomorrow, folks. So I don't want to give you my score predictions just yet because it'll ruin the video, so keep an eye out for that one. I think Connor's going to put it out maybe around lunchtime tomorrow. Regan, how are you? Regan Taylor Reed, thank you for the super chat. Said, hey Craig, how's everything, mate? Loving the content as always. Yeah, look, I did have a great 24-48 hours, mate, as many people didn't. You know, I'm always honest about things. Yesterday, I spent a good chunk of the day sedated. I won't lie to you. I had to get some medication from my doctor, and I had to take some relaxing tablets yesterday, and I spent a lot of the day just basically chilling and trying to switch off, which is why I deactivated Twitter for the time being and stuff as well. So, like everybody, I think the loss of Claude and a few other things, it's just been waiting for the news as well on Marcellus. It's just been a very, very tough time for a lot of people. So, yeah, yes, that's why I didn't stream yesterday, and I apologise because I know a lot of people enjoy and wait for the nightly streams as well. And a lot of people have said that the nightly streams have gotten them through lockdown and helped them through lockdown. You wouldn't believe the amount of messages and emails we get. But I always reply with the same thing. I'm glad to hear that it's helped people out. I'm glad to hear that it's given people that connection. But don't underestimate what it's done for me. Because without you guys during lockdown, without you guys over the past year, I don't think I would have been able to cope. So you never have any need to thank me or thank Connor, because I promise you, all the love you guys send us, I want to send that right back to you, because you've gotten me through it. So definitely no need to thank me, folks. It's been an absolute, I would say a pleasure, but you know, the last year hasn't been a pleasure for anybody, but it's been a massive help for all of our subscribers, for people who are at home, for people who have been cocooning, for people who have been unable to visit family members, to have this little interaction most nights over the past year. It's been incredible for me, and it's done wonders for me. So if it has helped anybody out there, that is absolutely wonderful, and thank you so much again for all those continued kind words. Kate, thank you for the super sticker. I love that little dude. Is that you trying to remind me that you think I look like the guy from Karate Kid, Kate? Do you know what? That deserves a little boogie, doesn't it? If that doesn't deserve a little boogie from New Lawn Voider, I don't know what does. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. I don't know why. That's the song, by the way, that I go to when New Lawn comes out for a little bop around, but that's the one that comes into my head when New Lawn goes out for a little dance as well. Look at him go there. Go on, son. Go on. Giving it socks. Anyway, so I want to wish a happy birthday to Dara Azizi as well. I did mention him earlier on today. I won't tell you what age he is. That's his own business. But Dara Azizi, one of our own, somebody who's been a good friend of the channel. Somebody who was actually on the phone to yesterday for 3 hours. Yeah, I was on the phone for 3 hours last night. And we had a good old chat, a good friend of our channel as well. Somebody who we hope to go and visit later on in the year as well over in Arizona. Happy birthday, buddy, from all of us at the channel, because Dara Azizi's OG when it comes to Anfield agenda. So from all of us, mate, lots of love and happy birthday from Sabrina, Circa, Lucas and all of my family. Even Gizmo the dog gave us a little bark there just to say happy birthday to you, pal. Hello, Solomon, mate. How are you? Welcome in. Is Genie 100% going at Ishmael? Mate, I don't know. I mean, I would... If I was to push, you know, if you put 50 quid in front of me and said, which way am I going with it? Then I would probably lean towards yes. We all hope that he stays, of course, because I've yet to meet a Liverpool fan that wants Genie to leave, because we all know he's Mr. Consistency. He's always fit, he's always available. Looks like he's dropping a new album as well every time he puts up an Instagram post, and that smile makes us all happy. So whatever's best for Genie and his family, and if he does choose to move on, I think he should do so with a big thank you from all of us Liverpool fans, a massive pat on the back for a job well done, and with best wishes for the rest of his career. Savan said, hi Craig, love the channel. Thank you, my man. Really, really, really appreciate that. And if look, all I ever ask anybody to do is, we're not somebody that's arsed about money and stuff like that. I want one thing, folks, and one thing only. And look, I'm going to lie, I'm going to be selfish about this. It's for me, but it's not for me. I want us to get to 100,000 subscribers. I'm obsessed with us getting to 100,000 subscribers. And let me tell you why. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people hear me mentioning Connor. Now, the regulars, the people who've been around ages, know who Connor is. If you don't know who Connor Crosby is the brainchild of Anfield Agenda. Connor Crosby is the man who comes up with all the the logos. Conor Crosby's the man who comes up with all the imagery. Conor Crosby's the man who comes up with all the technology. Conor Crosby's the man who has to listen to my shite every single day of the week. And trust me, folks, I put him through the ringer. I tell him I'm quitting about 500 times a year. I ask him for stuff last minute all the time. He always does it, and he's 22 years of age. And he is the most level-headed, consistent young man that I've had the pleasure of working alongside since this channel started. So, if you don't want to get us to 100k for me, here's why I want us to get to 100k. I want Conor to be able to show his father that Anfield agenda, YouTube silver play button, that he started when he was in college, and now 22, he's got his degree, he's finished college, and I want him to have that father-son moment where he goes, here you go, Dad, remember this when I started? And his father's a lovely man, by the way. I've had the pleasure of meeting him a few times. Lovely guy. I want him to have that father-son moment where he goes, look what I got, Dad. We got the channel to 100k. So if you don't want to do it for me, do it for Conor, because you know what? He deserves it more than any of us. He puts in the graft and all the dirty work that allows me to get all the credit. So without Conor, this channel wouldn't exist. So again, I know you guys love Conor as much as I do, so make sure you let people know about us. You hit that subscribe button, you keep sharing, you keep letting the world know, and we'll keep welcoming people in when they come with a big Kloppo hug. Let's go with that one. Right, what else we got? Ryan said we must sign a marquee player. Front three of Drogba. Why am I fucking Drogba? A front three of Drogba. Yeah, we'll bring it back. Are we confident here, Drogba, Craig? No, he's coming out of retirement. We're bringing in, we're going for Henry as well. Yeah, no, we're bringing in Henry, Drogba, putting the team back. Arjen Robben. Yeah, he's still playing, he's still kicking around. Yeah, no, the front three, as you said, sorry, mate, that was me absolutely butchering your comment. A front three of Diogo Jota, Haaland, and Elliott. I'd go all out and move aside. And let's not forget about Musialowski. Is that the young gentleman's name? The Polish Messi, who, is doing great stuff as well. Scored a wonder goal, I think, for the under-18s against Newcastle recently. So definitely one to keep an eye on for the future as well. So yeah, I'm unsure what's going to happen in the transfer window, but I'm certain we'll bring in at least 3 new bodies. 3 new ready to push for a place in the starting 11. But yeah, Drogba, what a signing that's going to be, folks. Woo! Didn't make my top 10 strikers of all time, and that's why he's coming to Liverpool. So now, he heard about my top 10 list, and he's like, you know what, you ball twat, I'm coming. I'm going to join Liverpool at, what is he now, 70, 50, 68, I don't know. And just prove you wrong, I'm going to get into your top 10. How did I end up at Drogba? I don't know, but there you go. This is why I'll never be a professional at anything, folks. Yeah, Gino, from all of us at the channel, go and fuck yourself and your lies, mate. You don't get in here and get to come in and spread lies and think that we're all going to believe you. So take your lies, roll them up on a ball, mate. Stick one half of it in that ear. And I would stick the other half in the other, but I'd say just go right into your hole with it, mate. Just ram it up your hole, all them lies, because we don't believe a word of it, mate. We're no fools on the channel. Stop coming in trying to spread nonsense on here. Now, TTFN, my friend. TTFN. Craig, who's your best player at Liverpool ever? God, Robbie Fowler. He's my favourite. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm saying he's my favourite. The best has to be up there between Kenny and Gerrard. Now, I wasn't old enough. I know you don't believe me saying this. Like, look at him like he's like, of course you're old enough. But I wasn't old enough to see King Kenny play in his prime, or actually play really at all. So it was Stevie G for me. Stevie G, Suarez, Fowler. They're the 3 for me that really, that I really loved. Of course, Torres. I mean, I could go through them all, but my top 3 would be Fowler, Gerrard, Suarez, in that order. Glad you like the new badge, Keane. Thank you very much. Again, shout out to our good friend Roddy, who, without whom we wouldn't be able to do a lot of this, the extra stuff that we do, stuff that only somebody of his caliber would be able to help us out with. So yeah, glad you like the new logo. For those who haven't seen it yet, look, here's a full screen of the new logo as well. There you go. So if you haven't seen it yet, there it is, and I'm sure we'll get some merch together at some point as well, and get that out there as well. But you know us with the money stuff, that just falls to the side. We're only about making the content. Did I hear about LeBron James? Yes, I've been saying it for a while, mate. He's part of the Red Bird acquisition group. He's become an even bigger stakeholder in Liverpool. I think he used to own 2% of Liverpool, but now he's part of the group that has bought into 10% of FSG's overall holding. So yeah, good news. No one said Stevie G's a striker. He asked me who my favourite player was, I think, unless I read the question wrong, mate. In which case, let's just go with what I answered. Fowler's the answer to anything. What's the story with Haaland? Keane, you must be a little bit late, buddy, but no problem. So, for those coming in a little bit late and before I finish up tonight, so Erling Haaland's representatives, i.e. his father and his agent Mino Raiola, flew into Spain today and had talks with Barcelona. Then they flew and had talks with Real Madrid. It's expected tomorrow that they're going to fly into the UK and they're going to hold talks with a host of English clubs. The ones I've seen confirmed are Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, but I'm sure Manchester United and many others will be in those conversations as well. So yeah, that's the news, mate. That's basically it. New logo looks class. Thank you very much. Oh yes, Connor has a question actually. Which top 10 and stuff would you like me to do next? Maybe that's something our members could put in the Discord group as well, because as I said, I am going to be making a lot of shorter content for you guys as well that will go out during the day. So you've got your Anfield agenda lunchtime fixed and then your live stream at night as well. So yeah, I forgot about that as well. So if you do have any suggestions for videos you'd like to see us make, as always, feedback is very welcome. Put them in the comment section below if you're watching this back later on, or if you're in a Discord group, let us know over there as well. Right, what else we got? You didn't read out my super chat. My apologies, Stephen. Let me scroll back up, buddy, and find it. I do apologise, dude. Where was it? There we go. Sorry, Stephen. I've got it now. My apologies, dude. What about sell Bobby to Atletico but get Suarez for free in return to back up the front three? I'd seen a link, mate, and I spoke about it earlier on, that suggested that Atletico, if João Felix or Suarez were to move on, would be looking to turn their attentions towards Bobby Firmino. And a figure of, I think, around £55 million had been mentioned in one of the Spanish publications as to what Liverpool value at Bobby Firmino at, which I've got to be honest, I don't think is true. But for me, mate, the Suarez part I spoke about earlier on in the stream, and I wouldn't mind Luis Suarez coming in for 1 year on a free if we could move Divock Origi or Shaqiri on and free up some space in the front, in the attacking positions, I should say. But not Bobby. Not this one. I want Bobby to go out on top. I think Bobby still has a little bit more to go. So, and we know how much the gaffer loves him as well. So I'm all for the idea of Suarez on a 1 year deal maybe, but I don't want Bobby to go. And look, I might be being selfish here because he's my favourite player at the club, buddy. But yeah, not for me. Craig, your new haircut is fresh. Yeah, I've swapped it up a little bit. So I've gone for a little extra green tint on the head with the green screen there. So I'm glad you noticed, mate. Thank you. Such a down-to-earth man you are, Craig. It's because I'm a normal dude. I've always said this to you guys. The channel, I'll be the same person when the channel was at 500 subscribers to if the channel ended up at 1 million subscribers. Nothing about me will change because I am me. This is who I am. I always said to Connor as well, if I ever became a millionaire, I'd be jumping out of that Ferrari in a pair of tracksuit bottoms and a hoodie like the beautiful chav that I am, because you know, my family wouldn't let me get ahead of myself, my mates wouldn't let me get ahead of myself, and I don't want to get ahead of myself because I'm not the voice of the fans, I'm not a spokesperson for Liverpool Football Club's fan base, I'm me. I only ever come on to give you my opinions, listen to your opinions, have a chat and have a bit of fun. And that's all I ever want to do, because we all love football, we all love the club, and you know, hopefully there's happy times ahead. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a night tonight. I've got to record our Premier League predictions now. Myself and Jack Gill are going to record them. That's going to go out on Mundo Sporto, which is our sister channel. So if you haven't subscribed to Mundo Sporto, I'll be doing a couple of games on there this weekend. I'll be doing the Leicester-Manchester City game, and I'll be doing the Manchester United-Brighton game on Mundo Sporto this weekend as well. We'll be doing some Premier League darts on there next week as well, and loads of other bits and pieces. So there is a link in the description to Mundo Sporto. That's heading towards 16k. Please do go over and subscribe to that. Once again, thank you to our sponsors, Boyle Sports. Thank you to you guys for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Yes, I will talk to you tomorrow, and we'll by that stage the video with my predictions and score prediction will be out, so we can have a chat around that, and we can really look ahead to the Arsenal game on Saturday night as well. Thank you for the super sticker, Joanne. Thank you to you guys. Great news about the young man's operation as well. Lots of love to everybody. Take care, and I will talk to you soon.